everyone, Jonathan Cameron here, Certified Financial Planner with CameronDowning. I want to continue on from our previous video where we discussed how important your budget was, and we used the analogy of your budget as a bridge crossing a ravine. So it's one thing to talk about a budget and use images like that, but it's another thing to show you what a budget can look like. So that's what we're going to do in this video. So here, what you see is a basic Excel spreadsheet. So what we did, and this is what we use with our clients here at CameronDowning, is we just put the categories for expenses on the left-hand column, and on the top right here, this row, you see the months categorizing your monthly spending. So just want to give you a quick overview. We can do a lot in here, but I don't want to spend too much time on the details, but I do want to highlight a few areas. So here, what you see here, let's start at the top here. So we start with housing expenses, utilities, auto expenses, credit including student loans, personal insurances, living, so this would be just all the living expenses, and then saving and investing, medical, and then we total up the expenses here with the formula that adds them all up. And we have your income sources here at the bottom, and then the net amount at the end. So let's go through this really quickly. Let's give a 40,000 foot view here. So in this example, let's just say Mr. and Mrs. John Smith, they're renting their condo and they're paying $2,000 a month in rent. So none of these categories here really apply since they're renting. So we'll continue on. Utilities, what you'd expect, electricity, cable, internet, and cell phone for a couple of people. Auto expenses. Here, what I just want to point out is in this example, I gave them $180 a month for their insurance. Now, many of us may not pay monthly for our auto insurance. What we might do is we'll pay every 6 months. So it's going to be different for everyone. What I would say, if you are paying every 6 months for your auto insurance, for example, I just put it in as a lump sum in that month. So if you pay every July a certain amount, just put it in July and the rest of the months are blank. But at the end of the day, it's really, you want to make this your own. So make sure you're comfortable and you're able to keep track of your expenses. That's the main goal here, just keeping track. So here's an example of that. Registrations are 110 in this example. And so since it's an Excel spreadsheet, you can, if you put in an amount, let's say you do have tolls, let's say you pay $10 a month in tolls, you can just put it in there and drag it across, and it'll tally it up in this spreadsheet. Now, if this is something that you feel will be helpful, then you, besides making it on your own, you can go on our website and pull it from there, this template, or you can just email us at info@cameron-downing.com and we'll be happy to send it to you and even walk you through it if you'd like. So going on, we have credit. So in this case, we have this person has a MasterCard with a $5,000 balance. I have it here, just listed it off to the left. And they also have a student loan of $30,000. So you see what they're paying every month in this case. So living, a couple of points I want to make is pocket cash. So what that is, it's really a catch-all category for money you take out of the ATM or just money that you need to have in your purse or your wallet to pay those random expenses, like you're buying a newspaper, you got to go to the car wash, they only take cash. That's what this would be for. So whatever you take out from the ATM on a monthly basis is what you would put in here as an average. Groceries, gym membership. I want to add two just to mention. We separate out birthdays and other gifts from Christmas and holidays. The reason we do that is because these are quite different. So Christmas and holidays oftentimes are these lump sum amounts that you spend every year. Birthdays and other gifts, of course, birthdays are all across the year, but other gifts would be things like you buy a bottle of wine for a party, you have to buy a gift for a baby shower or a wedding. That's what that's for. So what you'd want to do is keep track of those expenses more than others, especially because it's easy to lose track, and that may be where a lot of your money is going if you don't know where it's going. Just random expenses that come with just being a human being. So dry cleaning subscriptions, things like, you know, Netflix would be on there. Entertainment would be things like eating out, going to the movies, things like that, and lunches. So medical doctor's visits would be things like co-pays and prescriptions that you pay out of pocket. This would be net. So even if the expenses are higher, you're only going to put here whatever it is you're spending. All right. So here, notice I put a cash on hand. I just plugged in a random number. So $100. All this is taking into account that at any given month, you're not necessarily going to have $0 in your checking account. You may have something in there. It may not be a lot. Depends, you know, depends who you ask. But so I just put in something so you have something in your checking account, so it's more of a realistic example. This is probably low for, but just, you know, this is example. So in this case, spouse number 1 makes an income of $1734, and I multiply that by 2 because person makes an income, gets a paycheck twice a month. Same thing with spouse number 2, $874 twice a month. So it's you see the formula here, and that's built in. So here we go, total income of $5316. And what do we have in the end? Well, look at the total expenses. So the average expenses are $54.94, yet the income is $53.16. So they're have to figure out what they need to cut back, because if you're living beyond your means, this is what's going to happen. Your net amount is going to be high, and your running total is just going to build on itself and continue to. Most of this will probably go on that credit card. Going back here, that $5,000 we saw, it'll probably end up going on that MasterCard. So what do we do? Well, there's only 2 solutions. You either increase income or you reduce expenses. So in this case, we're going to reduce expenses. So let's see what that looks like. So what can we do? So tire repairs, we wouldn't want to keep that in there. This I keep in there just because even though you don't pay $100 a month for repairs in your vehicle, especially if you have an old vehicle, it's not a matter of if but when. So what I'd recommend to our clients is set up, if it's easy for them to do it this way, automatic draft into a savings account, which is going to be part of their emergency fund, so that when they need to buy those new tires or when the transmission breaks, you have the money available. So anticipate what the annual expenses are going to be, and then put away an amount monthly to be prepared. So so let's say we reduce a few things. Don't want to reduce that so much. Let's look at living. So let's see, what can we do? Oh, let's say in this case your condo has a gym already. So why are you paying gym membership at LA Fitness? Don't need it. So let's get rid of that. Make that 0. Clothing, you're going to live a little longer without going to the mall, so you're going to reduce that a little bit. Let's take that across. Entertainment, you got to cut back some, so let's put that down to 200 and see how that looks. All right, so still not enough. You have to figure out what works and see what else we can cut back. But as you can see, the net amount has gone down, so you're still in the negative, but the more you change up here, the more you'll have extra at the end of the month. So I just wanted to show you this quick overview. We could go into a lot more, but that's it for now. I just wanted to give you that overview of what a budget looks like. I'm Jonathan Cameron, Certified Financial Planner at CameronDowning. Follow us on Twitter and connect with me on LinkedIn or Facebook. Catch you later.